All right, Murder Mystery Quilters, let's walk through the website itself and how you're going to find all of your content for the coming year. I know that some of you have had some questions about logging in and what we're calling the classroom and how to access all of the different content that is available to you with your registration. So we are going to take a little tour around the website. So here's where you'll go, and I want you to take the time to bookmark this or have your browser remember it. whip-stitch.com/ecourses is our main page, and that's right here. If you happen to find yourself on my blog, you can always click classes, and that will bring you to the same website. From there, you'll want to sign in, and that's over here with a little key. You do not need to register. You already registered. You did that when you subscribed or joined the course. So now all you have to do is sign in. So I'm going to click sign in, and it pops up this little dialog box here. It says username. I'm going to type in my username. Now, I'm not going to do this as me. I'm going to do this as Agatha M here. I've created a profile for her that looks more like a student profile. You guys looking at my profile isn't going to be very helpful for you. So we're going to look at a student profile for someone who's enrolled in the course. And I click sign in. And that's going to process. I can tell it's working because it says so. Right down there it says waiting. And now it has taken me to the main page. I'm not going to ask it to save my password, but you might want to ask it to save yours if your browser gives you that option. So here I am. Now this is the My Profile page. At any point that you're signed in, you can click this button here that says My Profile, and it's going to bring you to the same page, which gives you a lot of different options. You can see the name is Agatha Marple. That's obviously a made-up name. And I can say, hi, I live in a small village in England where I knit, observe my neighbors, and solve crime. Glad to be here. All right, and then I click Save Changes, and that's going to be the new public profile for Agatha M, which I can come back here and change at any time when I want to. I can also upload an image so that when you're looking at the main page of the site, you'll be able to see someone's image. So that means that I have to have an image on my desktop. If you are doing this from your mobile device or phone, you can use an image that's saved on your mobile device or your phone. So it'll look a little different, but functionally it's the same. So I've selected that image to upload, and it's going to add it here, and there's my profile picture now. So every time anybody logs in to look at the course, they're going to see that profile. And if I leave a comment or anything like that, my profile will also appear. I can also update my links here. And so if I wanted to add, let's say, Facebook, Twitter, Flickr, YouTube, any of those other things, I can add those as well. So for Facebook, I would do facebook.com/Agatha M. And then that would be my Facebook link. And when I click Save Changes, if someone else clicks on my profile, for example, if I leave a comment beneath a particular post and someone clicks on my comment, they can see my profile and they will find this link so they can find me. If you are not involved in any of these social media outlets, or if you guard your social media presence pretty closely, then you would leave these blanks. For my settings, you can go here if you want to make any changes to your actual account. So this is going to be where you would change your password, for example. I've got a dummy email address in here, but if you wanted to update your email address or your password. Now, one caution, if you update your email address here, I do not get a notification for that, and it does not affect our master email list. So it's fine to update your email address here, but you would also want to send me a personal email to make sure that I know that you've done that. Next is my orders, and this has been where we've had a little bit of a technical issue going on. Now you'll see here it says my subscriptions, no orders yet. I've done this very deliberately. If you have registered this year with a monthly subscription, then you will have an order number here that's going to have a clickable order number for you that you can go into and edit and look at that way. If you have joined as an annual member, which is to say you don't have a monthly subscription, this will remain blank. because you don't have a subscription. You paid a one-time fee, and so you have an order. It'll say My Orders, and it will have the single link for that order. Some of you have received gift subscriptions, which means your account is not tied to your PayPal address. And that's the case here for Agatha. The reason I left hers like this is because that's the biggest question I get. People get very confused and upset because it says no orders yet. Well, if you were given this as a gift, or if your subscription is tied to someone else's PayPal account, but not to yours, it's going to say no orders yet. You still have access, and that's over here on the right-hand side. This is what I want everybody to see. That technical issue that we had last week, that has now been cleared up. This is what that was affecting. You couldn't come in here and just click on the Murder Mystery Quilt 2017 because it didn't appear. We had a fatal error, and that was not a gag, but gosh, it would have been clever if it had been. So here I am, I'm in my profile. I can click here, I can go back to my main profile. No matter where I go under this My Profile button here, I always have this right sidebar. And if you were doing any other courses on my site, this would list every single course that you're doing. For most of you, it's just the Murder Mystery Quilt, and I can click on that link at any time. It will take me to the main page for the group. Once you scroll down, so here you see these are all the different profiles. These are people who weren't able to upload their images or didn't choose to give themselves an avatar. But once you do, you'll be a little tiny picture there that someone can scroll over and then click to get to know you better. And it says lessons. For us, that's a pretty loose term because they're not really lessons so much as they're chapters. Each one of these is a clickable link where you can access any of the content that's available in the group. For example, there's a welcome post here that all of you found when you joined the group. For some of you, you got this welcome letter as an email. Others of you, because you were gift recipients, didn't get this letter. Hopefully your gift giver sent it along to you. But anytime there's an attachment, you will see, and I'm going to click back and show you, you'll see an indicator here that there's an attachment in that particular post. And then when you click the post title, it will take you over to the page for that post, and you'll see the attachment here. Clicking that downloads the attachment for you, which will show up here so that you can locate it. I almost always send attachments as a PDF. The best software for opening a PDF is Adobe Acrobat, which is available for free. Below this attachments bar, you'll also see a list of every lesson. This is also a place where you can navigate between posts, or you can use these buttons at the top, these blue arrow buttons, which will take you forward to the next chronological post that's available. You can just navigate from those there. So if I navigate back to that welcome post, you'll see that not only is there a welcome letter that gives you a lot of information, but a lot of that content is repeated here in the post for you. You can also find a link to our Facebook group, where if you wanted to join our private members only Facebook group, you can do that. Or if you want to just look over the information and download the how it goes, you can do that there too. The fabric requirements are available here for you as we lead up to our first block that's coming in. As a tip, there was some confusion earlier this week. These are not the fabric requirements. They are over here as a PDF for you to download that's available so that you can look at all of them. But let's take an example of what it looks like. So here's a post where I've added the fabric requirements and I've given you a bunch more information. But let's say you've got a question. So see how these questions, they say 0 and there's nothing there. When you're typing a question, let's say I type in, how do I choose fabrics? And then down below I say, I have so many fabrics in my stash. How can I ever choose the ones for this quilt? I love them. Oopsie. Love them all so much. I'm just being silly. And I click add question. And what that does is it creates a conversation here at the bottom of this particular post. It's a conversation that other people can engage in with you. So you'll notice some of you are going straight to comment and you're not typing in question. If you type in question, it pops up here in this bar, which means that when they collapse, see how they collapse like an accordion there? Other people can see it. I will also caution you, part of the reason I'm not opening these up for you guys to see is that some people have shared their personal contact information there as a means of getting that information to me. It does get to me, but it is also visible to the public. So you may not want to add personal information there. If you add your question in the question box and your comment in the comment box, it'll pop up here, and then anybody can click and reply and add more to that. It does say add question here, and for some people that's a little confusing because they feel like, well, I'm not asking a question, I'm adding a comment. It's the same idea. It just means I'm adding to this one accordion. And then, so if I write a question here, I'll say, to clarify, I love all my fabrics, but want to choose the best ones. Again, I'm being a little bit silly here for the purposes of illustration. And I click add question at the bottom. It's going to create an ongoing conversation there at the bottom of this particular post, and it will show my avatar, my username. It gives the opportunity for other people to reply, and then it shows the reply as well. It also shows how many replies here in this little circle at the top next to the title. Let's say I wanted to say, oh, well, who left that comment? That was really helpful. I would love to get to know that quilter better. Then it clicks over and it shows your profile. Obviously, pardon me, obviously this is showing me an editable field because this is me, right? But if I click on someone else's profile, it's going to show their public profile that's available for anyone to see. So now that I'm back at my profile, again, I can click on the link for the Murder Mystery Quilt 2017. It will take me back to the main group page here. I scroll below the description, and then there are all the lessons. You'll also notice over here, it says, how do I choose fabrics? Well, that's the comment that I just left. And if somebody clicks on that question, it will take them back to that same conversation. So if you take the time to add something in this question bar here, it will allow other people to find the question that you're asking or the topic. It doesn't have to be a question. What you might say is, I am so excited about this group. Can't wait to meet all of you. And I click add question. It's not a question, it's a statement, it's a comment, totally fine. And then it's going to add it to the whole accordion here. You'll see the last one collapses and all I see is the title, and I see the next one, which means that if I go back to the main page, right? So I'm here, I go back to the main page of the Murder Mystery Quilt. I can do that by my profile over here. When I go back to that main page, boop, right there, and scroll to the bottom again, as I've been doing up until now, all the way down, there we go. There's that comment so that other people can engage in conversation instead of the blank lines that are there before. All right, one more thing that I'd like to show you. Let's go back to that fabric requirements over here, and I want to show you at the top. So let's say I've gotten to the end of each one. I can click mark complete at the end of that lesson. And that's going to trigger the system to generate a reward for you. It's going to send you a little email that says, congratulations, you did it, you finished the lesson. And those are automated responses that are triggered by the system, and it is a somewhat generic kind of boilerplate kind of content that comes to you. You are free to disregard those if you choose to mark them complete, or if you don't ever want to use this button, then really don't worry about it at all. It's absolutely not a big deal. So that is our little tour all around the My Profile button. At any time that you want to sign out from the site, obviously you can by clicking the Sign Out button, but you certainly are not obligated to do that. I leave mine signed in all the time, and it just remembers me. When you're ready to sign out, you can sign out, and it will take you back to the very first main page of the entire system where you can sign in again or select another class to take. I'm really excited to be doing this with you this year, you guys. We are Murder Mystery Quilters, and we're going to solve some crime. Remember, the whole point is it's a mystery. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be exciting, and it's supposed to take you a little bit outside of your comfort zone.